My dear friends, have you ever felt it? That quiet tremor beneath your ordinary life. The strange restlessness that no success can calm. The sudden realization that the world you built no longer fits the soul you are becoming. What if I told you, this discomfort is not a breakdown? It is a breakthrough. It is the sacred sign that you're about to outgrow your old life. And today, inspired by the timeless wisdom of, we are going to uncover the unmistakable signs that your soul is preparing for a higher chapter. Before we begin, if your heart resonates with spiritual awakening, inner transformation, and the voice of the divine within, subscribe to Inner Divine now. Like this video so it reaches the souls who need it most. And in the comments, write, I am ready to rise. Let us begin. There comes a moment in every soul's journey when comfort begins to feel like a cage. You wake up one morning and nothing is technically wrong, yet everything feels different. Conversations that once excited you feel hollow. Goals that once consumed you feel small. Even achievements that once defined you now seem strangely irrelevant. This is not ingratitude. It is evolution. Yogananda taught that the soul is not static. It is dynamic, ever expanding, ever seeking its divine source. When your outer life no longer matches your inner expansion, friction begins. That friction is the first sign you are about to outgrow your old life. The first sign is a deep, persistent dissatisfaction. Not drama, not chaos, but a quiet knowing that this is not it. You may have the job, the relationship, the routine. Yet a whisper inside says, there is more. That whisper is not ambition. It is the soul remembering its infinite nature. Yogananda often reminded seekers that the purpose of life is not merely survival or social approval. It is self-realization, the awakening to your true divine identity. When your current environment cannot support that awakening, your spirit begins to push against it. The second sign is sudden clarity. After years of confusion, something shifts. You begin to see patterns clearly. You recognize toxic dynamics instantly. You no longer romanticize what drains you. It is as though a fog has lifted. This clarity can feel lonely, because once you see truth, you cannot unsee it. And when you can no longer participate unconsciously in your old patterns, your old life starts losing its grip. The third sign is emotional intensity. Old wounds resurface. Forgotten memories appear. Unresolved fears demand attention. Many people think this means they are regressing. But in spiritual growth, intensity often means purification. Yogananda described life as a refining fire. Before gold shines, it must be heated. Before a soul ascends, it must release accumulated karmic impressions. If your emotions feel amplified, it may be because your soul is clearing space for expansion. The fourth sign is detachment. Things that once defined you lose importance. Status, validation, comparison. Even certain friendships fade naturally. This is not coldness. It is transcendence. You begin to realize that your identity is not your possessions, your achievements, or others' opinions. You start feeling anchored in something deeper, something invisible yet undeniable. That anchoring is the beginning of freedom. The fifth sign is solitude. You crave time alone. Not because you hate people, but because silence feels nourishing. In silence, you hear your intuition more clearly. In silence, your nervous system recalibrates. In silence, the divine voice becomes audible. Yogananda emphasized meditation as the doorway to inner transformation. When you naturally seek stillness, it is often because your higher consciousness is inviting you inward. The sixth sign is unexpected endings. Opportunities close. Relationships dissolve. Plans collapse. At first, this feels painful. But sometimes the universe removes what you are too attached to release yourself. When you are about to outgrow your old life, structures that no longer align begin to fall away. Not as punishment, but as preparation. The seventh sign is a new vision emerging. You start imagining a different version of yourself. A calmer you. A braver you. A more authentic you. And strangely, this version feels more real than the one you currently inhabit. That is because it is closer to your true self. According to Yogananda, the soul already contains its highest potential. Growth is not about becoming someone new. It is about uncovering who you always were. When that vision becomes persistent, it means your evolution is accelerating. But here is the paradox. Outgrowing your old life rarely feels glamorous. It feels uncertain. You may feel lost between who you were and who you are becoming. This in-between stage is sacred. It is the cocoon phase. The caterpillar does not understand wings while inside the cocoon. And you may not understand your transformation while you are inside it. Yet something within you knows. Staying the same is no longer an option. Yogananda spoke of divine restlessness, the holy discontent that pushes the seeker toward higher consciousness. Without it, we would remain comfortable and spiritually asleep. So if you feel restless, honor it. If you feel different, trust it. If you feel alone, understand that transformation is an intimate process. When you outgrow your old life, you will notice something profound. Fear and excitement begin to coexist. You are afraid of losing familiarity, but you are excited about discovering possibility. That tension is growth in motion. The old version of you survived. It adapted. It learned. But now, a higher version wants to emerge, one aligned with truth, integrity, courage, and spiritual awareness. And here is the most powerful sign of all. You no longer want to shrink. You no longer want to pretend. You no longer want to dim your light to fit environments that cannot contain your expansion. That is the soul claiming its sovereignty. Yogananda taught that the greatest revolution is internal. When consciousness shifts, destiny follows. Outgrowing your old life does not always require dramatic action. Sometimes it begins with a decision. A decision to speak honestly. A decision to meditate daily. A decision to release what drains you. A decision to believe you are worthy of a higher calling. Transformation begins within, then rearranges the outer world accordingly. And remember, growth is not betrayal. You are not betraying your past by evolving. You are honoring the lessons it gave you. The people who truly align with your future will grow with you. The rest will fade without resentment. When you feel the signs we discussed, dissatisfaction, clarity, emotional intensity, detachment, solitude, endings, and a new vision, understand this. Your soul is expanding, and expansion always precedes elevation. So do not panic when comfort dissolves. Do not cling when doors close. Do not doubt when your inner voice grows louder than external opinions. You are not losing your life. You are outgrowing it. And just beyond this chapter lies a version of you that is freer, wiser, and more aligned with divine purpose. Take a deep breath. Feel your heartbeat. That rhythm is ancient. That consciousness is eternal. You are not here to remain small. You are here to awaken. If this message resonated with you, subscribe to Inner Divine right now. Like this video.